Good afternoon. Welcome to Jen's Awesome Show. I am here for an I Love Shipple Wednesday. I have some very wonderful people here today. I have Corey, who's obviously wonderful. Bull Shipples, also wonderful. And I have Juan and Jose from Nefty Blocks, who I don't really know yet, but I assume that they're wonderful because they're doing wonderful things.
And confirm.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's begin. Mr. Bull Shipples, what's the latest, greatest, newest, exciting community thing that's going on in the Telegram?
Oh, the anticipation. The community is abuzz, and we've all been very excitedly looking forward to this moment with all the announcements that we get to make and all the spoilers that we get to drop. And part of that anticipation to both just offer the opportunity for engagement in our social channels and to just start that process of gamifying the social interaction. We started a couple contests here in the last couple weeks. And so one of them, Edward VS, very graciously came in and agreed to host some social games, some social poker and that type of thing on our Telegram. And so he's been running 2 games a day, and prizes have been going out from that. And we've actually already started the scoreboarding where as players are engaging in these contests, they're accruing points in addition to the prizes that they're winning. And that leads to the high 10 per week. And the high 10 get invited to the weekly final table. And there's a bigger prize that comes from that. And we're actually going to announce the winner of that today. And then all of this is accruing on the Shipple scoreboard because we are planning to launch a monthly grand champion table. In the high 10 in community point accrual, I will be invited to the Grand Champion table, and we're actually going to give Metaverse Land to the winner of the Grand Champion final table. So we're pretty excited about this process, and thank you again to Edward VS for hosting. And he just ran the first weekly final table last night, and we get to announce the winner, who will receive a Shipple token pack. And the winner was Martin at Saxtown. So congrats, Martin. Whoop, 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 whoop. And to thank you all who played. You guys are awesome. I wish I could join you more, but that whole work thing.
This is fun. So when is the first monthly event going to be?
Oh, is this the first major spoiler we're going to drop, Jen?
Well, I don't know.
So
if it's me, I want to know when's it going to be? When is it? Will it be live streamed? Can I get in on it?
Yeah, what we've been talking about, and we're in planning stages, but what we've been talking about is including the Grand Champion final table in conjunction with our Shippletopia grand opening, which we're actually looking at the first part of October for our Shippletopia grand opening. The builders have been going crazy. It's looking amazing. We actually had David Blackbeard Willie agree to come on and put on his suit and tie and his New York accent, and he's going to do live commentating of this Grand Champion final table. And so we're putting together pretty cool event, and it's going to be part of the Shippletopia grand opening that you'll hear a lot more about. But yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun. Is it too late to join in the poker, or can I just dive on in?
So it is being posted twice a day, usually in the evenings, depending on your time zone. That can be very different, but it's usually posted twice a day by Edward. And as soon as he posts it, it's first come, first serve. And he actually spreads it out. We want to include all communities having the opportunity to come in and join us. And so he posts it wide. And so the first 10 that get into the table get to play. And then he usually runs a back-to-back game just to give, more people the opportunity. And depending on demand, we may expand that. We may add a few more hosts and expand the process. But we really wanted to provide social engagement, the opportunity to come in, hang out, play a game, win something. And then with that scoreboarding, you're going to see some really cool tie-ins in the near future with the Shipple Fund for Charity. So
that's exciting. And is it pay to play, or can I just show up penniless?
No win-lose. It's all win-win-win. And so all the prizes have been donated initially by Bull Shipples Inc. And eventually we will probably end up with a prize pool that ends up being collected from donations. But at this point, it is completely free. No wagering allowed at all. It's come in, play a very, very, very free game just to win prizes. And the daily prizes aren't huge. The weekly prizes are a little bit bigger. And then that monthly grand prize, whoop, 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 Metaverse Land.
That's exciting.
Hey, I just want to break in. I know there's at least one person watching this that they were asking me what the hell is this Shippletopia stuff? So like, could you guys give like a super high level, like what the crap is Shippletopia and what are you guys doing?
Very good question. What would you say?
You know, I feel like I tell this story a lot. I'm going to put you on the spot, Jen. I would love to hear your version of the history of how this all began, and then just hit tag, and I'll jump in if you want me to talk about the Shippletopia part of it and how it's evolving and where we're at now. But I would love to hear the Jen version of the story.
Well,
it's okay.
I suppose it all started with the creation of Shipple, and the use case being that people could earn Shipple by doing real world good, which is still very much the case. Shipple will be used to do real world good in a slightly different way, but it'll still be there. In conjunction with that, Martian bull shipples heard about this and flew over so quickly from Mars the spaceship could barely keep up. And here we are. So now we're at the point where Martian bull shipples wants to give back to the community that gave so much generously, that we're creating a place. And I don't want to say too much about the place other than it is going to be in the metaverse, full of experiences, things to do and see and feel and experience, and prizes. For what? For lots of things. Lots and lots of things. So if you are interested in a really cool experience, Shippletopia is the place to be. That's about my summary.
I've heard people refer to it, and we've given a few private tours. And so if you haven't gotten one yet, I'm sorry, but hey, jump in and ask, and maybe we'll put you on the list. But I've heard people refer it to Shippletopia, the place, as the Vegas Disneyland of the Uplift, where what happens in Shippletopia doesn't necessarily stay in Shippletopia, because you come in, you get prizes, and you get to take those with you to your wallet on the way out. But it's really fun having Corey here because Corey is, I'm going to call him something old, which is funny to me. He's the grandfather of Shipple. I just called you old, buddy. Sorry about that.
I kind of am. So it's fine.
Yeah, we're getting that color in our beards. Look at that.
Yeah.
So Corey had this idea, and he was dared to start a joke token. And then Greg, the mayor of Chicken Caw, he actually came up with the first use case. And all of a sudden, we had this community that was gathering around gamification and fun and contests and memes, but then also doing good and having a charity token that was being used to do real world good. And in Shippletopia, we finally have a home where we can have an actual place that we can walk into and experience and continue this amazing journey where we're gamifying generosity. NFTs are incredible. Very excited to have Juan and Jose here. They have helped us so much in setting up the tools and the platforms and the behind the scenes. What they're building at Nefty Blocks is incredible. Really excited to talk about that, because what it allows us to do as a community, as an NFT collection, is to take this incredible platform, these incredible tools that they've created, and go to the next level on gamifying generosity with the blending and the upgrading, with the whitelisting tools that they have. We're going to be able to use them for the Friday night dance club rave cave, where there's going to be some whitelisting, ownership whitelisting, where you can come in and certain people that have certain NFTs that come in at a certain time and place are going to be able to get this special prize. We're going to have the race, which is all around Shippletopia that is almost like a Mario Kart version of a race, and we're going to have the opportunity for people to get free first, second, third place prizes, NFTs. They'll be blendable, upgradable, and then again with Nefty Blocks, the tools that they're creating with the blending are going to allow us to really expand the opportunities there. Our builders are building treasure hunts where like parkour style mazes and climbing and all kinds of craziness where you'll my 10-year-old son just cheered in the background. All these parkour mazes, and you can achieve the punch sign get thing to put yourself on a whitelist that allows you to do blending and get free NFTs. So all of these tools that are being created right now allow us to move forward in the dreams that we've had into an actual experience we get to live like right now. I'm pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited too. And I have about 1,000 questions for Juan and Jose here, but suspense. before we get into that, we also had a meme contest.
Oh, that's right.
And I'd like to talk a little bit about the memes and all of them. So I was given, I'm just going to share my screen here. I was given the opportunity to pick a winner. And there were some really good memes out there. I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun looking at them. I had a lot of fun making them. I was not allowed to choose any of mine, and I am also not choosing any of our ones from our Shipple people or who are on the team. So as much as I would love to, they're not on the list. But I'm looking through these and I'm thinking, oh, these are all good. Whoopsie. Spoiler.
Sneak peek.
So if I'm going back through all of these, I'm looking for a couple of things. The theme was Jen's Awesome Show, and I think that was kind of hard for a lot of people. And so I'm going to be a little loose on that. If I'm looking for these for a winning meme, what do I want in there? And this is a good example. I want something that communicates clearly. This does. I want something with a wax address on it so that I know where to send the prizes. It does. And we've got a hashtag and a website. So that meets all the criteria right there. I also want something similar to this one that, makes me spit out my coffee a little bit when I take a look. Or this one that made me giggle. Or the messaging on all of these is good. I mean, that's me right there, captured. And even this one from someone who doesn't know me as well, captured it. What is Shipple anyway? So these are where we're at. And of course, this was my husband. I had to include this in here because he saw my tutorial on how to be a Jen and built me in the metaverse. So where do I go from here? Who do I choose?
Tough one. They're all so good.
They really are. I think, to be honest, because part of the message was to get people out and onto the whitelist, I'm going with get on the whitelist right meow.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah,
it is. It is. And we have a wax address to send things to. And our prize is, drumroll. What is
Do I get
prize?
to say it?
Yes.
Shipple token pack.
Woo!
I'm actually leave that up for a second. I'm gonna send them a Nefty Pioneer Pass right now. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm gonna send them two. We're not playing around.
So anybody who's watching, if you saw your meme, send me a direct message because even if you weren't the winner, you still get something from me. Nice. And that'll be a surprise because I don't even know what I have to give away, but I'll find something.
Yes. Shipple token packs. Yeah, so Martin at Saxtown with the social gaming, the meme contests, and actually soon, Jen, we're going to start, this will be on your list later, but I'm excited about the build contests they're going to start because having the opportunity to have builders with build contests, not just in Shippletopia, but actually throughout the Uplift. And we'll run the scoreboard through our website. We'll have a live show where we go around and tour. I was actually on a show Monday night where we were talking with the Nasty Hooks about the idea of with build contests, especially if people want to participate every month and maybe even use the same plot. What if we had a blow it up event where you have TNT laced through it and we could have a live show and video blowing up the winning build contest? How cool would that be, right?
I like it.
That sounds
Got to make
silly.
an NFT
like
of it first. NFT of it first, so we save it forever and then blow it up.
I like that. All right. Are you good there, Corey, with what you needed?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, then back to our faces. So next on my list would be a whole bunch of questions here. So there were a bunch of things, Marty, that you mentioned that, we should probably talk about. You were talking about blending things, and you mentioned about 10 different ideas in one sentence. And I have a feeling that if it's anybody else, they got lost real fast. So I'm going to put this off to Juan or Jose here, whoever feels like speaking to it. What are all the different kinds of blenders we can do and different kinds of blending options that are available, and how does that all work? I know about the basic blender. You put things in and you get a thing out, but what else can we do with that?
Yeah, when we started using the blenders, we actually used a contract that is already available, but it's pretty simple. Yeah, you just have a couple of templates, then you get one result. That result is minted on demand, and that's it. But now we released the super blenders, and that allows you many things. Like, for example, the ingredients are no longer just templates. They can be attributes from a schema, or they can be NFTs that are in a specific schema. And since now we own that contract, we can even add more possibilities. We built it in a way that we can extend it. So that's the good thing. And also the results that you can get multiple results. So you still get one, but you can have certain odds on the results. So then you can have, for example, a blend that will give you either a common or a rare or a mythic. So that's something that you can do. And also the contract is prepared to create pre-minted results also. So then it's no longer minted on demand, but you can have specific NFTs that you already minted, and then you get a random mint number. That's also one of the cool features.
I like that.
And another thing is that blending has always involved burning, but we can also, at the moment, just mark the NFT as blended. So it's not burned, but it's marked as used. So then you cannot use it again, but you still get your NFT. So those are the things that the contract is ready for. Not everything is supported at the moment in the UI, but of course we're working to get everything ready.
So that means if I have a bunch of NFT miners and I'm supposed to blend them to get a different NFT miner, I don't necessarily have to burn them in the process. I can still actually keep all my miners and get whatever is done in the blender, and it's all super awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Also, another possibility is you can get empty results if you want. So if you have odds and then you have 50% chance of getting a super awesome NFT and 50% chance of just losing. That's also something that you can do.
Our poker players will like that.
Right?
I hate that. I don't think I'd be brave enough to try it. I do have a technical question though, because I'm not so up on my terminology here. Can you please give me an example? You mentioned you could blend attributes. What are attributes?
Yeah, when you create a template for your NFT, you first need to define a schema. So when you define the schema, you define certain properties, let's say, those are called attributes. And then, for example, the name is one, the image is one. Then you can add certain attributes like rarity or variation or whatever you can think of. So then you can actually use those values to match the ingredients. So you could say, I'm going to do a blend that requires rare cards, for example. So then you choose the schema and then you choose the value rarity and you specify rare. And that's how you can configure it.
Cool. So then I could just choose any rare cards in that schema?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. So the possibilities are basically endless, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I love this.
And like I said, we built it in a way that we can extend it. So yeah, more crazy ideas will of course come.
Yeah, well, and there are already some ideas because, for example, one thing that we are planning to add, I hope soon, is the possibility to associate points with the ingredients or with the results. So you will be able to accumulate points based on your activity on the blender, and then adding a leaderboard so you can gamify even further and have like a list of the top 10 or top 20 players.
I love amazing. That. So then we just talk to you if we want to include that on our Shipple scoreboard somehow? Because that is definitely where I'm going with that. That would be so amazing and fun.
Yeah, so that's a bit what comes there.
Then another question. I've heard a lot of talk going around in quiet little corners about cross-collection blending. Is that part of this as well? Like if I have some Shipple memes and some Uplift miners and I want to make a Shipple miner, I can just set it up and blend it?
Yeah, in the end, that was always possible before, even with the normal blenders. Yeah, you can still do it, but the UI that we built didn't support it. And now for the super blenders, we added the support to select a different collection. And yeah, in the end, it gives a lot of possibilities. And if you don't want your NFTs to be burned, then just set them as not burnable. But now I think people need to start thinking about those things, because of course you can just add all the NFTs from another collection and then you can start burning them. But then you will also make those NFTs rarer. So it's some game theory there that's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fascinating. So, so in order to set up a blender that's cross collection, do I need permission from whoever created the original NFT if it's not part of my collection?
No.
No.
I can just say, hey, I've got a whole bunch of Alien Worlds shovels and I want to blend them for a Shipple miner.
Yeah, you can do it.
Not that I would necessarily do that, but that's an example of something I have.
Yeah, and that's exactly the reason why we didn't include that feature in the original Blender. But a lot of collections were asking for the functionality, so we said, okay, let's include it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. I'm really excited about doing that.
Also, another thing is, we don't really ask for permission because anyone can burn their NFTs. So once you have them, you do whatever you want with them.
That makes sense. Okay.
That Alien Worlds example is really, really good because I've talked to them a bunch of times about like, hey, are you guys cool with this? And they're like, we want you to do whatever you want with these. They're yours. Mm-hmm. Like the Alien Worlds specifically would be the first group to tell you to add value to these in any way. And like if you're burning NFTs from one of my collections, thank you, because you're making them more scarce.
Right.
Like that scarcity will end up driving price as long as your community is still like active and going, right? So it's just it's fancy. I had a great chat with Juan a couple of days ago, and I think it's all kind of blurring together. Was that 2 days ago or was it 5 minutes ago? I can't remember.
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday indeed.
That was yesterday. Yeah, so it is blending together. Cool. And we had a long chat about that. Like all the features that you guys are adding at Nefty are literally just like stuff that we've all been clamoring for. Every time we're like, hey, can we do this? And then you guys are just like, yeah, hold my beer. Right. And then it's just built and ready. Okay, cool. Thanks. Great.
We are awesome. So excited for this, for the chicken blender, especially. We've been anxiously waiting for this moment because the cross collection super blending is exactly what we needed for the chicken memes, because we're going to be able to take not just the chicken blender memes, we're actually going to be able to take all of the NFTs in the Shipple memes collection and create use cases and create super blends and let those live on in Shippletopia. We're so excited about this. We're really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's going to be a blast. So next question then. We have a thing coming up that we're not quite getting to the point of talking about yet, but soon. Anyhow, it's a thing with a whitelist, and we have an ordinary whitelist that's going to do a thing. What other types of whitelisting can we do with Nefty?
Yeah, at the moment, when you protect your drops, we have basically 4 ways to protect them. You can do, of course, a regular whitelist when you just enter the list of addresses. But we also have a whitelist generator, so you can just go to the add accounts, and then you also get like a small filter that you can define, and then it fetches all the addresses, and then it creates a snapshot. So that's one way of doing it. Then you also, of course, have the proof of ownership whitelisting. And there you also need to define a couple of rules. So an NFTs from certain collection or a schema or a specific template, and also tokens. So then you can whitelist your drop based on token holdings. And one of the use cases for many collections is a lot of them are releasing like let's say like a priority or BIP pass, which is non-transferable. So then all their drops, they just add that NFT as a requirement, and then you immediately have your whitelist that doesn't require a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And then of course we have key protection. So you just generate a specific link, and whoever has that link can claim the drop and the captcha. But those were like the regular ones. And then we added the proof of ownership whitelisting, and that changed a bit the game. Yeah.
Game changer.
Do you imagine bullshipples when we started first mussing around with Shipple? If we could have said we're going to be able to mint NFTs, everyone would have freaking laughed at us. Wait. You're only going to be able to buy those NFTs if you're a shillionaire. Like what Nefty just said is like, we could just do that now. We could just do that today.
Yep.
Like we live in the
so
future. Welcome to the future. This is the future. We're in the future now.
Well, and I see the future is moving from just passive to active, because with the metaverse, we're providing people the opportunity to actually walk into the game and experience it. And with being able to layer these whitelists, where you have not just the ownership whitelisting, where you have to have a, spoiler alert, Shillionaire Club membership in your wallet to be able to participate in the blend, with what the Uplift is creating with punch sign get thing, and that data going to the blockchain, that can be a second layer whitelist as well, where not only do you have to own the thing, you have to go do the thing to be able to get the thing. And adding those layers of complexity and taking it from just passive to active is where I believe people will be able to come in and experience something that they haven't before in the Uplift, in Shippletopia.
Yeah, like and the passive stuff too. And what we're watching, and Nefty, this is why you guys are positioned so well. Honestly, like you guys with Shipple now too. Watching what's going on in Ethereum, I have a very, very bad feeling about it. Anything that goes up this fast, like the avatar projects, etc., and the fucking rocks and shit on Ethereum, prices will come down on Ethereum just as fast. I guarantee it. It's gonna happen. And they'll come down 95%, right? Now, again, that might happen in a month. That might happen in a year. I don't know. But the projects that are going to end up doing the best there and here are the ones where the community is actually active, where it's not passive, right? And we're going to see that on Wax now too, right? There's, 15 really legitimate, amazing projects that are getting started that are all going to have tokens. They're all going to be on Blue Deck. Not that I've confirmed them all for our launch already, but I have. And the ones that are going to survive have already attached themselves to game loops, but they're creating community around that stuff, and that's where all the tools that you guys are doing, and really Marty and Jen, all the stuff that you guys are taking full advantage of for Shipple, like that's what's going to last, right? Like when it comes down to what's going to be around 2, 3, 4 years from now, it's going to be those things that are requiring people to, be doing the things and doing things together that I think are going to really stand the test of time.
I love what you said about community, Corey. Do you remember like a crypto lifetime ago when you told our Uplift community that if we would go out and support all these, 20, 30 different collections, that we would end up with a cool thing. And all of a sudden there was all these Yoshi coins that came pouring out of the sky into our wallets because we owned partnership communities. I just saw a pretty cool comment from MB. He said, sweet. What can we do with a Finny? What I love is that with this ownership whitelisting, we can say, all communities, we want you to come and join us to gamify generosity. We want you to come into Shippletopia and have this experience. Oh, but hey, by the way, why don't you go out and support the Crypto Writer Finny community? And if you have that NFT in your wallet, when you come in and experience the event in Shippletopia, there is going to be a special Crypto Writer Finny community drop where you could come in, punch that sign, get that thing, and have exclusive access to something because you're part of that community that has come and joined us. And so with these tools that Nefty Blocks is creating, Juan and Jose, you are my heroes, literally. You are creating what we have been waiting for because we want to use it. Like we are building the world that desperately needs the tools that you have created to provide these experiences to not just our community. We want Shipple to be available to all communities because we want to provide all communities the chance to change their world, and we want to partner with them in doing that. And with the Shipple Fund for Charity and Gamify Generosity, we want to have a place where all communities can come together and use these darn cool tools that Nefty Blocks created.
Speaking of which, in Slack earlier today, I was like, hey, listen, I have all these freaking awesome what do they call them? Community passes? What do you guys call them? Pioneer passes?
Pioneer
Yes.
passes.
from Nefty. Thank you. And I was like, maybe we could do like a thing on Twitter, blah 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 blah. And Chris Tuttle, who walks on water, I'm pretty sure if she actually walked out on a lake, would not sink. She just would literally walk across the water like some kind of demigoddess. Was like, yeah, let's do punch sign get thing. Wait, what? We're ready for that? So that's how we're gonna do it. And like we haven't, like I'm announcing this right now. I'm like
Spoiler.
98% sure this is possible, but I think it is. So we'll put a sign underneath the utterly awesome billboard underneath the Uplifters Tower. I was really excited we got that in. And Jen, thank you for putting that in on Rush
Absolutely.
before my
So
show
good.
with Juan. So you're gonna be able to go in and punch the sign that we put there, and we're gonna send you one of these Pioneer passes. So you'll have
So
to be one of
good.
the first 400
Nice.
people to do it. Yeah, so I mean, we're just gonna test this shit out. Apparently, this is a thing. Like everybody who's waited and hung out with us while things were a little bit slow at the Uplift, the next 4 weeks are for you. You're welcome. Like we're gonna be fucking shit up for the next 2 months.
This is
Probably the next
bananas.
2 years, but it's sorry for the language. It was not
So
super
Yeah, family
necessary.
friendly, Corey.
I know, right? 'Cause they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like Marty's
Friendly
kids
enough
walk
for
by
my
all the time, and they know me as that.
Oh, they know you well. The sweary guy. The
Yeah.
sweary guy.
I have a question. So with the punch sign get thing and the being able to use what's in ownership as whatchamacallit, my words are all over the place here. Is it possible, let's say that we have an adventure quest and you happen to need like three people to each have 3 separate NFTs, let's call them A, B, and C. So one person has A, one person has B, one person has C. They got them from punching signs in the world here, in the metaverse. They need to, all 3 of them come together to blend A, B, and C, and then all 3 of them get a mint 1, 2, and 3 of D.
That's
Is this possible?
crazy talk.
Whoa.
It is, but is this possible?
I don't know. That's kind of a multi-sig thing. Maybe
Yeah,
in
sure is.
series. Juan, what do you think?
Well, at the moment, it's not possible. Technically, we can definitely build it.
I freaking love that answer.
What if you had
Just give me a minute.
What if you had a single NFT that passed to 3 different community members? So one person blended, upgraded it, and turned it into step 1, sent it to someone else. They blended it, upgraded it, turned it into step 2, sent it to a third person who completed the process. And then all 3 community members that did that collab blend each received the final result. Is that a way we could do that?
You what you would really need for that is 3 wallets, not 3 people.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Jeez,
But then-
exploiters.
Sorry. This is what I have to think about all the time now.
But
If it can
How
be
to hack
modded
it.
and multi-accounted, it'll do it because like
Right.
what are you gonna do?
yeah.
That's
What
it.
if-
And really, I think to speak to your point, Jen, those things that we are doing times those things that we are doing together is the glue that will keep us coming back constantly, right?
Definitely.
It's that need and desire and drive for community that really builds on itself when you do it the right way. It just that's what is one of the reasons why all of you guys are going to be like, I don't know what you're doing in 5 years, but it's going to be amazing, right? And it's going to be because it just I know for a fact all this stuff will work, which is my favorite, right? Because there's a lot of things out there, that I'm really concerned about because there's a million different types of them, and people are really excited about selling them for 100,000 ETH, whatever the fuck it is. But like, where's the there? And the community, they've got that. That's great, right? There's a billion of those. So what happens when the number isn't going up, and you're gonna see something that's not super fun?
Because I've seen Shippletopia, I know what Jen is hinting at. And one of the things that we've really focused on is that idea where, like Ready Player One, where there had to be 3 different players that all put in their key at the same time and twist the thing. What if we had 3 different pressure plates with 3 different keys? I love this idea.
Hold on.
To really
that
pressure
works.
plates
Okay.
plus signs.
So this is just a math equation on our database, right? So
like a 3-second window where everybody boop same time,
right? Like where the pressure plate has to be active. 3 different pressure plates, 3 different user accounts have to be active.
Yes, there we go.
And then another one that punches a sign. So like all 4 of those things have to happen within like a 5-second window or within a 2-second window. Wouldn't matter. Like that we could probably do pretty soon.
Welcome to Ready Player One. Boom.
Love it.
What else you got?
Well, everything else is kind of, run of the mill.
Compared to that.
Token backdrops and
Anything
stuff.
that you talk about is run of the mill anymore.
There's nothing run of the mill left.
No.
It's done. Okay, so now I have a bunch of questions about something else that you're doing, the token pack drop. So there are 2 of them coming up really soon here. And let's talk about the Nefty token first, because I don't know as much about it. I'm curious. First off, what can I use my Nefty tokens for once I get them?
Okay, there are multiple uses. If you are a collection, you will have at least 3 uses for your Nefty token. And the first use will be gaining access to the premium features of the platform. So, for example, creating pre-minted packs, creating super blends, and many other things that we are working on and that will be published. Those will be published as premium features, and only collections staking Nefty will be able to use them. All of the features that are free right now and that are already published, they will continue to be free, but every premium feature that we add from now on will be exclusively for collections staking Nefty. So that is use number 1. And use number 2 is if you come up with features that you would like to see on the platform, you will be able to make a proposal, submit the proposal, and involve other collections. And if everybody thinks that the feature you proposed is something that deserves a place in the platform, then we will develop it and make it part of the of Nefty blocks. And and the third use, this one is more related to the liquidity mining program, and this is a shared use with buyers, also with collectors, because everybody who interacts with the Nefty blocks platform will be rewarded for their participation. The idea also of the Nefty token is to incentivize the use of the platform. So we will have a rewards pool, and every week we will share a certain amount of Nefty. And this Nefty will be initially distributed 50%, 50-50 to buyers and sellers, proportional to your participation in the platform. So how much you sold or how much you bought on the platform. And if you are staking Nefty, you will be able to multiply your liquidity mining power, so you will receive a bigger portion of the rewards. And additionally, we will allow anybody to buy drops using Nefty and not only wax. The collections will still receive wax, but people will be able to pay with Nefty. And when you pay with Nefty, you will multiply by 2 your liquidity mining power.
So how I'm a collection. I'm a seller, and you're buying stuff from me with Nefty, but I want to receive wax. How are you guys? And this is totally a leading question that is entirely self-serving. How are you guys going to turn all of that Nefty into wax?
Yes, Jose, can you?
I mean, I can take that one. They're going to come to Blue Deck because we're going to have a deep as fuck pool. Excuse my French. Where again, where that stuff is going to be able to happen. And this is like Nefty. You guys were the second people that I talked to. I knew the second you guys were saying that you guys were going to be tokenizing, I was like, our timing for Blue Deck just couldn't be better. Like with this, it's something I knew we needed. Like our little collection of companies, YoshiDrops and Uplift and Ledger, whatever. I knew we were going to need something like this. But literally the first 2 people I talked to were NFT Insider, who are tokenizing and need what we're building, and you guys. And I was like, oh man, and this is the thing, we needed to solve the problem where we are the largest holder, one of the largest holders of Aether on the face of the earth, right? We couldn't go into a swap pool as a company and move anything without it destroying the price. So we just can't do it. So I started thinking, okay, how are we going to make a pool that is incentivized, that's so deep that even we can make moves in it and it doesn't really affect the price, overly much, right? And it turns out every token project on Earth needs that. So we're just
Yeah.
like for me, like I need Nefty because I'm gonna be a seller on the platform outside of Uplift, right? Like I've got like a little project that I'm playing around with because I want to be a small business inside the Uplift and practice, blah blah blah. We talked about all that stuff before, but I'm gonna need to whale into this just for myself, right? And then as a buyer, like why would I buy anything on Atomic Hub when I could buy it on Nefty and earn Nefty? Like that's just instantaneous flip for me, right? And then I'm going to have to buy a whole bunch of Nefty token because I know the Nefty blue token pair is going to be incentivized and I'm going to need to stake a bunch because that's going to be generating income.
Yes, and I think having this kind of pools, incentivized pools that you're mentioning, it's amazing because it opens the possibility to accept almost any token on the platform as long as there is a pool that is deep enough. Then we can accept the token. There's no problem with that. And for me, that's genius. That's amazing.
That's so. As an example, on like the Shippletopia page for the Shipple meme collection, they could just take Shipple as long as the pool was deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yep, exactly.
So then, like that becomes an interesting target for any token project that's out there to meet whatever you guys dictate as the threshold for depth of the pool. And we're gonna have like leaderboards and stuff on Blue Deck. So like all of this stuff, it's funny. Like every once in a while, my head starts spinning because it feels like I'm doing so many different things, but none of us are. We're all doing the same thing. This is all part of one big, beautiful engine, and it's just I am in awe of it because it fits together, right? And we're gonna make it sing.
Yeah, so everybody has the same needs in the end, and even if we're not talking about it in the end, we all want the same thing.
Right. And we just, I think, and I know you guys have done this and we're absolutely doing this as well. We're designing this not so that we can control the levers on it, but so that, we can create an engine that is self-sustaining and then a platform that gives all those same tools to everybody else. Right. Yeah. And I feel like you guys have done that at Nefty as well. Yeah, which is cool. That's how this stuff works, in my clearly humble opinion.
It is super cool. So I'm going to ask another question here. Let's say that I want some Nefty token, and you've got a pack drop coming up, but it's a token pack drop, and I'm new around here. So what on earth does that mean, and why? What's so different about it?
Well, the idea here is that you don't go to a DEX and buy the token in a pool or whatever. The idea that we had is that we are going to have our sale as 3 different packs, and each pack will contain 1 NFT. And when you open the pack, you will receive the NFT, and automatically we will transfer the amount of tokens that is associated to that pack to your wallet immediately.
That is exciting because there are a lot of people I'm thinking of, especially in the Shippleverse, who may have only ever touched Shipple as a crypto and really are not up on how any kind of an exchange works, who would be absolutely thrilled about this.
Yes, and not only that, because imagine that we would have said, okay, we're going to create a liquidity pool, and people has to buy from the pool. Then they go there, and the first one to buy gets the best price. And every time somebody else comes, they will be constantly moving the price and pushing it up immediately.
Yeah.
Here, everybody has the chance to buy the token at a predictable price.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Also, that's great.
Yeah.
Neato. Okay. Yeah, and so has anybody else done this before?
No, but there's someone who just front run us. So yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers. So then, following through with us here.
Who's that?
When is your token pack sale? When can I get in line?
The token pack sale is on August 31st at 6 p.m. UTC. And Perfect. It will be open for 48 hours.
Only 48 hours. Okay. And you said August 31st?
Yes, it's next Tuesday.
Next
Okay.
Tuesday, yeah.
I'm gonna have to be making notes in my calendar here.
Make
Pay
a
attention to
note.
that. How
Buy
much are
lots
packs
of
going?
Nefty.
How much are packs going for?
We have 3 different packs, and the smallest pack goes for $49.99 and gives you 400 Nefty. The medium pack, which is the artist, sorry, the artist, that one goes for $149.99, and it will give you 1300 Nefty. And the whale will go for $299.99, and that one contains 3200 Nefty. So basically, the bigger you buy, you will get a slightly better price on the Nefty.
How much do I need to stake to max out as a collection, like as a seller? Like to get to the highest level of staked sort of functionality?
You need 45,000 Nefty.
45,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So basically like 12 or 13 of those packs?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yes.
can I buy as many packs as I want, assuming that I have a limitless bank account?
There will be a limit per account. It will be. I'll try to not make mistakes here. I think the limits are 15 whale packs. Jose, correct me if I'm wrong, because here I'm really
right.
15. Then it's 20.
20 artists and 30 collectors.
Artists and 30 collector. Yes.
Yeah. So
with a cooldown,
you have the chance to max out.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's a cooldown period, and then I can try again?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
This
there's
is going
something
to-
else with the packs, because in the collector packs, which are the smallest. Hey, Ken is there.
Yep.
Hi, Ken.
Shout out to Ken Bozak.
Yeah. So in the collector packs, we will have 128 artist packs. So if you buy a collector pack, you have the chance to open it and get an artist pack. If you buy an artist pack, there will be 64 whale packs. So you have the chance of getting what you bought plus the whale pack. And in the whale packs, there is one golden Nefty. And the golden Nefty, golden Betsy. Yes, sorry. Oh, I'm tired now. Okay, a golden Betsy, and the golden Betsy will give you 32,000 extra Nefty.
That's impressive. So there's a bit of chance in there too, and there's incentive to buy all the things.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So and I was with Ken this afternoon, and he was he was just saying, yeah, and if you're lucky enough, you open the collector pack, and you will get the artist pack. You open the artist pack, and you will get a whale pack, and you open the whale pack and get the golden Betsy. So yeah, if you're really lucky, you can do it.
This is the way.
If the stars align.
Yeah. When
that would be nifty.
Talking about, because we're for Blue, we're trying to figure out how to do it. We knew we were gonna do pack sales. We like this same functionality. We know we're gonna use Nefty for it, where you're basically ripping your pack and getting token like that. Mm-hmm. Like, welcome to the INFTO. Like, this is where we live now, right? But having that so that these packs have randomized capacity to have more in them is just, I mean, I've done a bunch of back of the napkin math on this, and unopened packs are worth 4 times more than what's in them. Like, this is just over many different collections, analyzing the average of what's in those packs based on and the price for unopened packs versus normal packs, literally 4 times. So we, as hyper intelligent monkeys, we freaking love that. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it looks mathematically, it doesn't make sense. But ripping that pack and having the opportunity to get more, it has an immense sort of it's super fun. Like, I'm already, I know this math, and I'm like, I'm gonna need more of these things.
So
Today I was actually testing opening the packs on the testnet.
Yeah.
And I was looking for the extra packs. And like, oh, I finally got one. Yes.
That's awesome.
So then another question, a little bit more solemn. Are there any regulatory issues around offering tokens through pack drop as opposed to on an exchange?
Well, where we are doing this, no.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that there are no regulations in other countries. So
Got it.
we are
Okay.
aware of the regulations in Guatemala, which is where the company that we are using to launch the token is based. And there are no regulations specific for that. There are many regulations that we have to be compliant with, but nothing specifically about this. We have a legal team that has been advising us since we started with that, and yeah, we are confident that there is no problem there.
Awesome. I assumed as much. I was just curious. I mean, you never know how many hoops somebody has to jump through to do something amazing. So always worth checking.
It helps that you're doing something that nobody has ever done before. Like,
yes,
catch up, weirdos.
Yep.
But also, as I was telling you yesterday, Corey, that right now we are launching and we don't have a regulatory issue there. Yeah. But at some point we will want the Nefty token to be usable maybe on an exchange in the US or in Europe, and there we will have to really make our homework and make sure that the token is fully compliant there.
And I think there's no way that this isn't a run-of-the-mill utility token, right? Like my thought on regulation always is, how many big projects are doing exactly this, and are they being, is the SEC going after them, right? Because like what the SEC says, especially what the SEC says speculatively, doesn't really matter at all, right? Who are they actually going after? And it's people that are flagrantly selling securities as tokens. Ripple.
Yes.
Excuse me. And honestly, they're going to get away with it, which is amazing, right? So like even that, like their capacity to regulate any of this stuff is really, really soft right now. And I mean that just KCS, Bittrex is going to be doing it. Like the what you guys are doing, I think is really, really bulletproof as far as getting onto exchanges. And granted, am I a lawyer? No. So like, just throwing that out there. But I look at this stuff,
there is one case that we studied because it was very similar to not all of what we are doing, but it had some similitudes. The case for Kin, the Kin token, they had a similar problem. But one of the reasons what they were categorized as a
security.
As a security and not a utility token was because when they sold everything, they didn't have a platform. So they were selling like a dream, like something that the success of that depended heavily on the work of the founders of Kin. In our case, it's different. The platform is here, and we are selling you the token to gain access to the platform.
Yep.
So that makes it completely different.
Yeah, that's like any blockchain token, right? Yeah. Like if you're running a blockchain specific token and you need it to run gas or run transaction fees or whatever, it's no different, right? So owning this token is really like a subscription to the actual platform itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is it's really elegant. Like I just obviously I'm super biased and very bullish, but it's gonna work.
I love it. So. Couple other questions here. There is another token pack drop happening pretty soon here. Bullshipples, maybe you can enlighten us?
Well, to be honest, we were just very honored. We're very excited about Nefty. I was writing notes. Got to make sure that both of our collections, the Shipple Memes collection and Shippletopia collection, own lots and lots of Nefty so that we get to participate in the tools. We actually have it written into our Shipple paper, the Shipple white paper that if you were watching, Jen did a accidental sneak peek here a few minutes ago, but that the Shipple paper is going to drop probably tonight. We're having our big brains and our genius people going through it, making sure all the wording is correct. And so the Shipple paper will be coming out. And on Monday this week, we announced that we would be doing we would be doing the Shipple token pack alpha drop this Friday, the 27th. It starts at noon Eastern time. And thank God for Juan and Jose. God, you guys are amazing. You've been so much help in walking our team through how to set up this new thing that's never been done before. We are so honored that you allowed us to use your system and use your platform and be the test case. You know, everybody loves being first. So we're very honored that you had allowed us to do that. But yeah, it's a good, you know, we're willing to be the guinea pig and test it out for you guys as well. It works really well for you guys in that. But being able to do a token pack drop, and Corey, I love your category that you created, that INFTO. Instead of an ICO, doing an INFTO, an initial NFT offering to release your tokens. It's genius. And we get to do that. And so, you know, coming this Friday, we're so excited to bring Shipple to the Wax blockchain. This Shipple token pack. Jen, is this a good time to kind of just go through?
Heck yeah. I want all these details. I'm taking notes.
So everybody's been so excited and so patient, waiting for us to come out with the details. And so we're going to drop the specifics in our Telegram. We're going to drop the Shipple paper. You'll actually be able to read all the specifics. But I'll give kind of just a basic rundown because anticipation and waiting is hard. And so I get it. You know, we'll drop a few spoilers here today. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do our Shipple token pack alpha drop in the form of 2 packs. There's going to be the premium pack and the standard pack. I'll talk a little bit about the premium pack. And what you were just hearing a few minutes ago with that idea of having a pack within a pack, oh, it's genius. And we're taking advantage of that. And we're going to use that. And then that idea where when you open a pack, the token, and I'm going to use the word automagically because that's one of the things we're going to start using in Shippletopia. The token just automagically transfers to your wallet when you open that pack. And with the premium pack, when you open that pack, you will become a shillionaire because it includes 1 shillion Shipple. And so when you open that pack, shillionaire. And then also in the pack is something that we've created that is forward-looking, and we'll be using that membership whitelisting that we were talking about a little bit ago. And in the premium pack, there is a Shillionaire Club NFT. And our good friends at the Nasty Hooks were the musical artists that came in and did a custom beat for us. Our good friends over Bitcoin Babes did some visual art, and it's something that I've never seen anywhere before. It's very Martian. It's very alien. You're going to like it. And our producers and our video editors over at Bullshipples Media put it all together. You know, Corey, a couple weeks ago was like, hey, you should do a token. You should do a token drop. and a couple weeks later, here we are. And so lots of sleepless nights. Yeah.
Right. And only possible because you guys have been grinding like crazy.
Oh,
but,
dude.
you know, I just happened to be talking to Nefty about all this stuff. And you guys just made this a possibility. And now, boom, we can do this,
Boom.
right? Like the explosion of creativity and community tokens that's going to happen on Wax in the next little while is going to be fucking epic. Up to and including just, I mean, we're talking to a guy who has produced for Drake and 50 Cent, has his own token. I'll give you $5 right now. I bet you anything that he's going to be porting some of that token over to Wax. Because he will have heard about Blue Duck pretty soon. But he keeps saying, like, what happens when all the other artists want to do this? Because there's so much upside for artists to do this that everyone will, right? So, and the way that I'll tell every single one of them, if you're going to do it, by all means use Nefty. And if you're not, like, you just, I'll ignore you. It's going to be boring.
We're so excited that this is the moment that we get to live in. And Corey, I want to, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you for kicking my butt and saying, go, the time is now. Because truly, everyone watching this that has a collection, everybody thinking about, you know, using Nefty's platform to do what we're doing, yeah, you should. And that's financial advice. Wait, I'm not supposed to say
life advice. It's life advice.
Life advice.
Yeah.
Advice. And so with this token pack drop, and again, I want to give a shout out to the team that literally has been working night and day to make this happen. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all the crazy last minute this and that. And what you did is genius. It's truly awesome. So in this token pack drop, there's this membership collectible NFT, and you will need that to participate in what's coming in Shippletopia. And what's coming in Shippletopia is friggin' epic. You will want to be a part of it. And people wonder about, well, what if I buy more than one pack and I end up with more than one of this collectible NFT? What if I'm like a Shillionaire Club member times 100? Well, it's going to be blendable and upgradable. And with what Nefty's created with packs within packs, you're actually going to be able to take multiple membership clubs, and they all start at common. And I wonder what could happen after common. I will leave that one to your speculation from a spoiler standpoint. But you're going to want a lot of them. You're going to want a lot of them. And so also in the premium pack, like we haven't even gotten to the standard pack, also in the premium pack are 3 more slots where you get 3 slots total. So first you get the Shillionaire Club collectible NFT. And then there's 2 more slots where we have some RNG, we have some random chance. There are some pretty incredible community fan art cards that you may have seen on our Telegram recently. And so there's going to be a chance where you could end up with a blendable, upgradable art card, or you could actually get another Shipple pack. Because in slots 2 and 3, there is a 10% chance and a 5% chance where you could get a Shipple standard pack. And so you're either going to get art cards that are blendable and upgradable and friggin' awesome, or you're going to get another Shillion Shipple. And so potentially in a premium pack, you've already automatically gotten 1 Shillion Shipple. You could get 2 more standard packs with a Shillion each.
Shipple. That's hard to say.
You could be a 3 Shillionaire.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That is awesome. So before we start to talk about the standard pack here, I'm going to jump in with another question and gives people some suspense. What's in that standard pack? We have a whitelist. What are we doing with it? Everybody's signed up on it by now, and if you haven't, you'll be full of regrets in a couple days, so do it.
Full of regrets.
Full of them. Too many to mention. Don't be regretful. Sign up on the whitelist. But why?
We like to be first. Everybody wants to be first. By getting on this whitelist, you get to be first to become a Shillionaire. And all of these packs are mint on demand. And so if you like low mint numbers, I mean, you just might want to get on the whitelist, because we're going to open up this Shipple token pack alpha drop to our whitelist members for 2 hours before we open it up to the public. And so you will have lots of opportunity to get in first and get those low mint numbers. And so if you should sign up on this whitelist, we're actually going to close it here soon. Juan and Jose, I'm going to put you guys on the spot, and we're going to announce live when we should close the whitelist to make sure that we have time to get everybody into the whitelist for the pack sale. But limited time, get on the whitelist now. And then Juan and Jose, at what point before that noon Eastern time on Friday, how soon before that should we close the whitelist to make sure that we can get everybody in time? What's a good buffer time?
Yeah, I would say around 2 hours or 1 hour before it's enough.
You heard it here first. Yeah. 3 hours. 3 hours.
That's the way.
So at 9 a.m. on Friday, Eastern Standard Time, the whitelist is closed. And so you heard it here live. Get on the whitelist if you want to be first. If for any reason you don't end up getting on the whitelist, the token pack sale will open to the public 2 hours later. And we are very inspired by Nefty and all of this. We love what you guys are doing. We love what you've created. We are emulating you. We are following in the footsteps of geniuses. And we are also going to have our token sale open for 48 hours. And so there will be plenty of time to get those slightly higher mint numbers on the token pack drops. And I'm going to actually save one little piece of data, and you're not going to hear it today. We're not going to tell you exactly how many packs there will be. You'll see that posted in details later. But what I will tell you is that the premium pack is going to list at $20, and the standard pack is going to list at $10. And so data, spoilers. Jen, what do you think? What else should we tell them?
What's in the standard pack? That's a good one.
Okay, I guess we should go there. So it makes me laugh every time I listen to it. So with the standard pack, what you've already learned is that every time you open a pack, there's a token amount that auto-magically transfers into your wallet. And with the standard pack, it's 1 shillion shipple, 1 million to translate from Martian. But 1 shillion shipple will auto-magically transfer into your wallet. And there is an NFT, collectible NFT in that pack as well. It's funny. I'll leave some of it as a surprise, but it's a shillionaire receipt. And so if you're looking at it, you're like, what is this? I don't understand. Well, turn up the volume, click play, and you'll understand. But it is a shillionaire receipt that tells you that a momentous occasion has occurred and 1 shillion shipple just transferred to your wallet. But
I've seen this and it's glorious. Like,
but you should
it's really good.
Always save your receipts, because guess what we're gonna do with those receipts? You got to keep guessing, because I'm not going to tell you. But you always save your receipts.
Good to know. I think I have some idea here, but a couple questions from the comments. I'll do the second one first here. The Shipple token pack sale. Are we taking dollars? Are we taking wax? Are we taking Shipple? How are we paying for these things?
Ooh. Wax. We are going to price it in USD. So the wax, like you
wax
have
equivalent.
seen, the wax equivalent, which varies by the. I don't actually know how often it resets. Juan and Jose, do you know how often the pricing resets in those drops? Is it by the minute or a second or?
No, it's around every 30 seconds, but
every 30.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so if I don't have any wax right now, I'd better darn well get some by Friday.
I mean, only if you want to buy some Shipple. I'm just saying.
Literally, like offloading a giant chunk of my egg chain project, like right now.
Yeah, if anybody wants to buy NFTs, find me.
I need more wax.
So, next question then was, will we be mining Shipple?
Short answer.
Miners, or is that like in the future? Spoiler sort of territory.
Yeah. Short answer. There will be both Shipple miners and Shipple stake, both passive and active. And that process to take these NFTs and turn them into miners and stakeable NFTs is coming very, very soon, possibly in conjunction with the Shippletopia grand opening, which is the first part of October. So be ready. There's this huge launch coming. We're pretty excited.
That is super exciting. Okay, well, I'm not sleeping for a week. Don't know about anybody else. Oh, and yeah, to kind of throw all of that back around in a full circle here too. We're staking our Shipple, we're mining our Shipple, we're shippling our Shipple and sending Shipple to each other for various good deeds. All the Shipples going everywhere, all over the place, because we're somehow going to use it to make some games and donate to charity, right? Yes. And that, all of that will be, explained and a little better than that coming up soon.
I'll give a little summary if you would like.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to point at you here about Blue Deck in a second, Corey. But yes, the heart and the purpose of what we're doing is to create sustainable funding for the Shipple Fund for Charity. We've been developing this for a while now, and the team at Bull Shipples Inc., the CK7, we are coming together to develop a gamified generosity process where you will have the opportunity to be a part of changing your part of the world. Because we're going to come in, support nonprofits. Here on Jen's Awesome Show over this next month, you're going to see nonprofits starting to be interviewed. We're going to be, again, to do distribution to nonprofits. And you will soon have the opportunity to nominate the nonprofit in your local community. We believe that every nonprofit is local to someone. We see that there's need in every community. And so when you see that need and you see the local nonprofit in your community that could potentially meet that need, if they had a little bit more support, bring them to us, because we want to partner with the local nonprofit in your community. And all of this fun stuff that we're doing is awesome. It's going to be a great time. But we are creating sustainable funding to support the nonprofits in your local community. And Corey, one of the things that we talked about a few weeks ago now and you dropped a spoiler and a bomb on the Jen's Awesome show about Blue DAC. And we are so honored that you have included us in what's happening at Blue DAC, because being able to have a Shipple Blue pair, being able to have a Shipple many other types of pairs as well, that's incredible. You know, that's an incredible opportunity, not just for our shillionaires to come in and have a use case for their Shipple that ends up rewarding them crazy. But what you're doing is a game changer for the entire industry. What I see that you're doing is taking what has worked so well and created many zeros with millions and billions on numbers on other chains, and you're bringing that for our community to be able to participate in that type of thing on Wax. And the communities have been incredible. You know, we've had community members from our planet, from Green Rabbit. We've been told that within minutes of, or however soon they can do it, probably community members are planning to put Shipple on Alcor, and there's going to be the Shipple Wax pair and the Shipple Aether pair, the Shipple Shell pair. You know, so all of this is for a purpose. It's so that we can be accessible to all communities. We want to provide all communities the opportunity to come in, partner with us, join us in the Gamify Generosity movement, and change the world right outside your front door. And so, Corey, I have a question for you. If someone is a shillionaire and they have a huge amount of Blue token and a huge amount of Shipple, and they come on Blue DAC, what could they do with it? And what does that do for them?
So anybody who's been on PancakeSwap will understand how this works, right? So it's like liquidity farming or liquidity mining. And so we want to incentivize. This is the one thing Alcor doesn't do. We want to incentivize people getting into swap pools with more than like a share of the 0.3% of each transaction that happens, which is nowhere near enough to cover impermanent loss, where one token might go up a little bit faster than the other or whatever, right? So you basically lose out. And what PancakeSwap does is they basically say, okay, you'll get a certain amount of cake for however much time you stake what's called an LP token. That's a liquidity provided token, right? So you could take Shipple, you could take Blue, you could put it into the Blue Shipple pair, like into that pool, and that gives you out however much of those equal things you put into that pool gives you what's called an LP token. And now with the platform that we're going to be launching, you stake this LP token, and you're actually going to be able to stake it into like a bunch of different pools. But the one that we're starting and incentivizing will be a 10-year pool that's going to have a bunch of Blue token in it. And the amount of LP that you have in there, the percentage of that pool will dictate how much of the rewards you get, each day. And yeah, so I mean, like right off the bat, if you have Shipple and you have Blue token, you to put that stuff into a liquidity pool that will be earning Blue, right? And so the depth of that pool, the number of people that are in that pool, the amount of capital in that pool will dictate how much the rewards are, kind of worth over time. But people are going to be creating like a bunch of different, like, I don't know, like Nefty, Blue. I'm sure somebody's going to create a Nefty Wax pool, figure out a way to incentivize that. So yeah, it just, this ecosystem will allow for people to start creating some like a real incentive to provide the capital in all these various tokens to create the liquidity, so that frankly institutional players like Nefty and Uplift can move around without wrecking it. Does that answer that question?
I love it.
So basically, if you have Shipple and you have Blue, you can stake it and earn Blue. You give Meg money, I guess. This is life advice. And
we can add in NFT incentives in addition to that as well, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're doing that nobody's done yet. Like
nobody's done.
You'll be able to stake LP from you'll be able to set this up. Like Shipple will be able to set this up, or Nefty will be able to set this up. Let's say they want an even deeper Nefty Blue pool, right? They can set it up and put a couple thousand really amazing NFTs into a pool. And you just grab that the Blue Nefty LP, stake it to this pool, and you'll have a chance of winning an NFT every day, commensurate to the percentage of the pool that you have. And we haven't started dev on that yet, but we mapped it all out and we know it'll work. So that part's fun. And anyone, like any of you guys, will be able to set up an incentive structure like that for any project at any time at your leisure.
So is there a timeline for that, or is it just
not
still
soon enough? It's like,
well, yeah,
okay. So the timeline right now is we're going to be launching the light paper hopefully within the next 48 hours. So it'll be on a website. You can go take a look at it. It's got pretty rocket ships on it, basically outlining all the stuff that I just talked about, along with our list of partner projects, of which we're approaching 20 now, which is blowing my mind a little bit. Basically, who's who of anyone who has a token on Wax. It's worked out really well. But we're building the thing that everybody needs, right? So it kind of makes sense. So anyway, I want to get that launched, and then we're gonna demo the actual contract and the swap contract and the incentive contract, just for the DeFi end of it. Once that's done, I think we'll set a date and release the technical white paper, and then I'm hoping, like, if we could do the token sale and launch within the same week, like 4 to 5 weeks from now, I'd be pretty excited about that. Like, it's as accelerated as we can get it, because we know everybody's like waiting for it. So we're gonna try and build it fast.
That's exciting. All right, it's last words time. Bullshipples, you mentioned a white paper. Where are we publishing this?
We will be putting it first in our Telegram. So if you have not yet joined the Shipple.io Telegram, that's where we are first posting most of our info. So please join that so you can stay up to date with the community. And then we will end up having a copy of it on our website as well, the Bullshipples.io.
Awesome. Okay, and that's sometime tonight, late.
As soon as our genius brains have made sure that all the words are correctly spelled, yes.
Burning the midnight oil tonight. So that'll be up there. Juan and Jose, are there any new tools in your toolbox that you haven't talked to anybody about that you want to kind of hint at before you take off here?
I'm no longer allowed to advertise new tools. Jose has punished me.
Fair enough.
Can't stop offering things because I have to develop faster. So no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Every
that's
day
fair.
I need to sleep less.
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish for sure.
That is totally fair. Well, in that case, is everybody ready for some gratitudes?
Yes.
That's usually what I do when I close out the show. Leave with a nice focus here. So, who wants
pretty.
to? Yeah, my unicorn. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, Jen.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to say thanks to Jen. Thank you so much for the many hours that you've put in, your tireless work ethic. You're incredible. Truly, you're the glue that holds
Thank
us all
you.
together. You know, I like to bounce around from idea to idea, and I just want to thank you for, keeping us grounded into the metaverse reality and making it possible for us to accomplish the dreams and the ideas. So I'm thankful for Jen.
Thank you. I will take that and run with it. Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go. Honestly, I just gotta say, this is gonna be, just put all your names down. My cousin Jen, Bullshipples, who, when I had absolutely no time to do anything with Shipple, I was just like, hey, can I just give this to you and you could like just do whatever you want? And instead of just doing whatever he wanted, he's making something epic and beautiful, and that the community is entirely engaged with. Like, I couldn't have done this myself if I had an infinite amount of time. It's just better with you doing it. And Jose and Juan, for building alpacas and for building, Nefty blocks, and just for being people that I love hanging out with. You guys are just really cool. And it's just a pleasure to be working with all you guys.
Thanks.
TC.
Thanks.
I'm grateful for wink, wink, winks. Indeed.
All right, Jose or Juan?
Yeah, I'm grateful for Juan. Yeah, and also the whole team behind Nefty blocks. We're building a great team, and everybody is super committed on releasing everything that that we're thinking about and doing all these crazy ideas. So yeah, this has been amazing.
Excellent.
Wow. Yeah, on my side, I've already been grateful for Jose on another show. So tonight, I think that I will be grateful for Andrea. Andrea is one of our developers, and she's so amazing. I have to say that I really love having Andrea as part of our team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's funny because I met her. She started working with me at another company when she was 17 years old. She was not even able to cash her checks. I had to pay her mother. And now she must be around 30 or around 30, and she's still working with me, and she's always following me on my crazy project. So I'm extremely grateful for Andrea.
That's
That
awesome.
is wonderful.
That's good.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for 1,000 things. This is tough. I'm grateful for Shipple and for innovation. I think that sums up what we've been talking about.
Sounds good.
All right. And on that note, thanks for joining me. We're going to take a 1-week hiatus while I get a new nose. That's a long story. If you have questions, ask me later. We will be back September the 8th, optimistically, and without any confirmation yet. We are going to be doing our very first Shipple Charity Fund charity interview.
Awesome.
So stay tuned. Definitely show up for that, because we want to hear from you and hear all your questions as well. And we'll go from there. So until September the 8th, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Sign up for the waitlist now or regret it forever. And we'll see you at the pack drops. We have Shipple on the 27th, starting at noon Eastern, and Nefty token pack drop on the 31st at 6 p.m. UTC.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Ciao.